I've been here last year and it's just fun and I can't get away.
Okay, someone hold the hook.
There's everything that I want to do here, like the hunting and the fishing and the swimming, and I like the counselors here too.
We're down at Cedar Lake, and it's the Riley Wilderness Youth Camp going on this week. We have kids ages 9, 10, and 11, and they come from all over Michigan, some other parts of the Midwest, and we even have some kids this week from Florida and Texas joining us. They come here to get an outdoor experience and learn more about what Michigan has to offer for hunting, fishing, trapping, and backpacking.
When these kids come into camp this week, they had no idea on a lot of things, and they didn't know what hunting was, fishing was. They come in here and they had the Conservation Connection camp where they get everything the camp offers into 1 week, and that's pretty cool.
We do the traditional camp like songs and games, but we do a lot of focus on education. They learn a lot about animals and their environment, and conservation is one of the important things. Conservation is basically keeping what we have and keeping the planet in a good way and in good shape for the next people to come after us.
Remember, we always want to leave the area that we're in better or worse than how we found it. Better than we found it.
The reason the students are here, of course, to learn more about conservation and preservation, but also to introduce them to things that some of these kids may never have an opportunity to see, especially if they're from the city and they get out into the woods, they leave all their electronics at home, their cell phones and video games and those kinds of things. And they have an opportunity to interact with nature in a very safe way, and it gives them an exposure that they may never have.
Getting kids in the outdoors is extremely important, not just for their health and their mental stability. It's also good skills to have and things that they can use later on in life. So we're giving them the opportunity to learn new hobbies and pick up interests that keep them healthy and keep them excited.
We get them up at 6, we have a morning swim at 6:30. They're out and about, they're hands-on all day, and giving them that experience, it helps them with their everyday life. It gets them up, it gets them motivated, it gets them ready to go.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And then we do a flagpole where the kids do the Pledge of Allegiance and a couple songs to kind of get the energy level up and get the day started. And then from 9 till noon, they do their main core programming. So they could be on the archery range, they could be out building shelters in the woods, they could be learning about wild edibles. And we take a break for lunch and the hunter safety class. All of the kids who come through our program have the chance to take the hunter safety certificate in Michigan. And then after hunter safety, we're back into outdoor programming where they can be out on the water swimming or fishing, or wilderness survival programming, or doing orienteering, or learning about wildlife and fish identification.
Every night at 8:30 after free rec time, we come down here to the campfire. Counselors do skits and songs, just entertain the kids, talk about the day. It's kind of a wind down time. It brings the camp together as a whole.
Let's rejoice! Let's rejoice! Now there's one!
Part of the group of the kids that are here, there's 50 of the 80 that join us this week, and they're part of the Riley Foundation sponsored by Mr. George Riley. And we named this camp in honor of him for the donation that he's given to help these kids get outside and learn more about the environment.
Kids don't seem to get out into the wilderness as enough as we did, and this gives them a foot forward, and maybe they can encourage their parents to take them out more, and they have maybe relatives, uncle or so forth, that'll take them deer hunting or turkey hunting, so you know, it puts them in the right position.
It's not every day that somebody takes their passion and uses what they have to give to others so that they can experience the same thing. The other day during one of the ceremonies here when Mr. Riley was on the campus, he talked about going hunting you know, with his dad, and that's an experience that not every kid's going to have that. But if we can do something here that will give these campers some of that so they can take that out and maybe share this with their children when they get older, and perhaps they might be in a position one day to do as Mr. Riley's done and give back to the community.
I'd like to thank Mr. George Riley for helping fund these kids to come to camp. It means a lot to us to work with these kids to bring them closer to nature, to help them preserve nature and the conservation. And if I had the chance to come here when I was little, it would have been a blast.
I walked up to him and said, "Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for all this stuff that you have done for us."
Thank you for letting all my new friends come here. It's really awesome to meet everyone that you sponsored.
This camp has a positive influence on everybody. We're fair to everybody, and it gives kids a new opportunity to do something they may never get to do again.
After they leave here, my hope is that they will at some point share the totality of everything that they've taken in, that we need to conserve our natural resources. We talk about habitat and habitat destruction as part of the class, and I'm hoping that they will encourage other kids to the wise use of land management and our natural resources at their level.
But it's when nobody else is looking and we still do the right thing. That's ethics. That's ethical behavior.
These kids come in and they might not know about nature. They don't know what makes nature nature. They go and they learn about the bog. They don't know what a bog is. We go in and we explain what a bog is to them. We're here now, but someday the kids are going to be here. We got to pass what we have now on to them because they're the future.